Hi, and welcome to a video about how to build simple wargaming terrain. In this video I will show you how to build a simple industrial waste lake. First, in step 1 we will make the lake. So grab a piece of polystyrene and to save some time, you can make the base thinner from the start. Make it about 1.5 to 2 centimeters thick. I tend to make my lakes about 4 to 5 centimeters and then I split them later. Next, draw and cut out the water spots. First draw on the polystyrene like this, showing where the water will be, and then you cut out those pieces like so. Then draw guidelines for the terrain details. When you have cut it out, draw guidelines for the terrain details like this. Cut out details for the lake like strands, lower and higher parts. When you're done it should look something like this. It's hard to see, but what you do is you try to make height differences and so forth. Draw and then cut the edges more round. Draw them on the polystyrene, the edges, and then cut it out like this. Cut down the sides. So you cut the sides of the lake, making it more round of the edges. When it's done it should look something like this. Now, if too thick, split the lake in 2 parts. So draw around and then use the hobby knife to cut off the 2 pieces. The extra piece. So when you're done, and if you're careful, you should have 2 identical pieces, kinda, except one doesn't have the texture. This extra piece you can use to make, say, another lake or swamp terrain piece. Use sandpaper to make the sides, edges round and smooth. And so you can use the sandpaper all around or leave some areas more jagged. It's all up to preference. I tend to sandpaper most of the areas. Step 2. Now we will make a waste pipe. First, make a long rectangular polystyrene piece, like so. Then cut the sides, like this. Use sandpaper until it's round and smooth, and then cut a piece, a small piece, from this piece. Sandpaper down the pipe more and glue on the extra piece, like this. What I have show you here is just a simple type of pipe, but you can get more inspiration using picture online and try to copy the types you like. Step 3. Add waste pipe and make more industrial pieces to the lake. So first, use a mechanical pen to measure out where the pipe should be, like so, and then cut a small strip where you then will glue the pipe on. Take a polystyrene box and cut out how you want it beside the pipe. This, measure out how big you want it to be. You might need to cut one side a bit to fit it on the base, like this, because you want it to be straight. Glue it on together with the pipe. Step 4. Make the water. So first you glue the lake polystyrene piece on a piece of hard paper. Then when the glue is dry, cut it out. Cut out the excess pieces. Add details to the pipe and box with a mechanical pen, like this. You want the hole in the pipe. You can do this, for example, when waiting for the glue to dry. So finished basic details might look something like this. You have some cracks in the pipe and also some basic details on the box itself. Add wooden glue to the base. You can also use water effect, but wooden glue is a cheaper alternative, and I think it works quite well for water effect. Now, you probably need to come back every 30 or 60 minutes or so and use a paintbrush to add the details on the glue until it's dry. You take it and dot it in the glue, and then you come back regularly and do it again until it's dry. Add details to the box like handles and buttons using hard paper and toothpicks. This is to add more character. This is also something you can do when waiting for the glue to dry. I mean, look at pictures for inspiration. What I did here is just a basic idea. Okay, next, make waste come out from the pipe. I did this by taking a strand of wooden tape and glued it on, like not glued it on, but put it like this. Then add more wooden glue and use a paintbrush again to make textures every 30 minutes or so. And use the brush, I mean. So now I will show you how you can add more details / character to this industrial waste lake. You can add a small post with a button using a small box of polystyrene, cut out a small circle from paper and stand it on a toothpick. The cables going from the stand to the box are metal wire. Something else you can do is you can add small strands of metal wire to make seagrass and glue it on the base. Something else you can do is you can make a textured pipe like this, coming up in the ground and then down again. It follows the basic principle as the other pipe, but you make it a curve instead of straight. And then you draw the details on like this with the mechanical pen. I mean, it's up to you how much you want to do, but I would say remember that you want your terrain to be playable for your figures. You want them to be able to move around and such. Step 5. Flock the base with sand, like this. I used fine sand mixed with some normal sand. Step 6. Paint, flock and finish. So when it's painted it might look something like this. I also added some metal barrels that I made. If you want to know how, I show you that in my how to make boxes and barrels video, but they are not necessary. I mean, there are a lot of colors here, but the basic premise is paint everything dark brown first. I mean, really dark brown. And then you highlight the sand grayish color mixed with a little brown, and then light gray, and water I painted really dark green, and then I highlighted green mixed with blue, and then I added some small highlights of blue and then a really light blue on some places. The pipe is just dark red onto the dark brown, and then red, and then a light red. The sides of the water follow the same premise as the sand, but you use leathery color as your highlight instead of a light gray. The same goes with the seagrass. The industrial water, I just added some yellow mixed with blue to make it look more disgusting. Yeah, let's go with that. The box is black with white on the sides. Nothing too fancy. And then I flocked with some yellow grass. And there you have it. Hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like. If you have anything special you want me to build, leave it in the comments. And until next time, happy terrain building. Bye.